You know, as I've traveled this region, I feel so blessed and privileged to have the perspective that I have, because I feel like I get a small window into what God sees when he looks around this region. For too long, we've defined success. We've just defined what success has to be in the church through terms of comparison, through terms of seeing what people are doing in other parts of the world or other parts of the country, by saying revival has to look like this, by saying it's only stadiums full of Christians and mega churches that are actually changing the world. And as I've traveled church by church to many of your churches, what I've seen is only encouraged my spirit. It's only shown me that, you know what? What God sees when he looks at our region is 1,000,000 points of light. 1,000,000 points of light. You might feel like your candle's small, and when you hold it in a dark community, it feels hard. But when you see the landscape from the 30,000-foot view, or even more from God's view, there is great hope and great encouragement to be had. I've seen churches with amazing preachers, and I've seen churches with pastors who struggle to get through every single week, but they love their people and they love God, and God's using them. I've seen churches with unbelievable worship teams where everyone's hands are raised, and you probably don't believe that happens in New England, but it does. And I've seen churches where I've looked around and it felt like discouragement was over the people. But as I've talked to them, I found out about things that are happening in their community, whether it's outreach or whether it's in their children's ministry or whether it's the one person who got baptized. The stories encourage me over and over and over again. And the difficulty is that we don't get to see that. We only get to see our piece. But in God's economy, the work of Christ is great. Whether you have one acoustic guitar and a Radio Shack sound system, and some of you are like, what's wrong with that? We have some workshops for you today. But no matter what your limitation is, no matter how you feel inferior, God has chosen your church, and he's using it.